Hey everyone, what's up? This is the immediate reaction for Terrence Crawford versus Madrimov. Just like I told you guys, this is going to be the first guy that officially would win more than 3 rounds against Terrence Crawford. There were a lot of intangibles such as size, things like that. I will tell you guys this right now though. The commentary on this fight was atrocious, period. It was so atrocious. The margins between each deciding factor of the rounds, yeah, they were close, especially early on. But once we got to the championship rounds 10, 11, 12, Crawford definitely swept those rounds. Round 10, Crawford came out from the gut, firing, landing some clean shots. And these people, I don't know why their bias was so set on Madrimov. You know what I'm saying? And they were definitely trying to push a story and narrative of the fight. Crawford's jab was the most consistent punch that was landing all night long. The perpetual movement that Madrimov was displaying, Crawford was starting to time him quite early. Crawford, like in round 2, round 5, he did start going to the body with success too, and he did in one of the later rounds as well, but he did kind of abandon that. He did start to time him with the uppercut, which is typically something Crawford did. We did see where he kind of hurt Madrimov. Madrimov's mouth was already open in round 5, you know what I'm saying? Again, the margin of victory per each round, it was still close. You know, there's a lot of close rounds in there. I think the 116, 112 was definitely the most accurate card. You know, and I could see even given Terrence Crawford like a 117, 111 type scorecard as well. But again, perception is reality, and when you have people trying to push a narrative and they're only calling out and acting decided for Madrimov, there were so many Jim Lampley moments, you know what I'm saying, where Crawford would be landing some clean shots and they'd actually credit Madrimov. It was not as crazy as people were trying to make this out to be. I'm not doing damage control. I would love to show you guys this stuff in film study. It's just they know what they're doing when they're doing this stuff. They're always trying to push a narrative, and you know, it has an effect. The facial damage, everything else, you could see that on Madrimov. He definitely took more punishment. He did land some nice flash G clean shots on Terrence Crawford, overhand rights, you know, when he do his little broken rhythm type lead right hands and everything. You know what I'm saying? You got to give the dude his props, but I told you this was going to be a tougher fight than guys like Errol Spence. Told you it was going to be like a Benavidez fight. I did not call the KO. You know, I figured it'd go to 12. But yeah, this is their first opponent who's probably done the best against Terrence Crawford again. Officially, just like I told you, he was going to win more, be the first guy to win more than 3 rounds against Terrence Crawford. There's a first for everything. But it definitely was not what Sergio and Chris Mannix and those clowns are making it out to be. It's a joke. Sean Porter was correct, although he was more biased towards Terrence Crawford in his scoring. You know what I'm saying? Crawford's jab was landing clean all night. He timed Madrimov quite early with his little perpetual, you know, going down and then coming back up, you understand. It's really not a hard fight to score. Again, I think the safest score is a 116, 112 type victory for Terrence Crawford. He definitely deserved this. There is no controversy other than the fact that Sergio Mora, Chris Mannix, and those guys were just overblowing what Madrimov was doing, guys. You know what I'm saying? It's just that simple. That's all I really got to say for now. As far as Crawford moving up, fighting Canelo, this was a learning experience. I was actually quite surprised at Crawford's speed as well. Crawford's speed was there, but when Crawford started pressing on the gas and being more offensive and going after dude, because again, Bud always has to be the bully when he's fighting bigger men. These men are never aggressive against Bud. They're really not. They're very calculated. They don't use their size advantage against Bud. And when Bud finally said, screw it, I'm just going to start walking this guy down, which is what he did in rounds 10, 11, 12, he definitely was accumulating more damage on Madrimov. You know what I'm saying? He was hurting him more. He was taking more risks and things like that. I did like Bud's patience, poise. I liked Madrimov's patience and poise as well. It's a very good fight. I told you this was going to be a good fight. Far more competitive than Errol Spence and all those other guys that you guys used to hype up back in the day. You know what I'm saying? I didn't stay to listen to the interviews or nothing. This is literally like as soon as after they called it, you know what I'm saying? 115, 113, that's being too nice to Madrimov. That was not a 7-5 type fight. It really was not. like I said, I think the most accurate scorecard is definitely 116, 112. And Crawford has a good case for 117, 111 type scoring. I'm sorry. Madrimov, again, especially in early rounds, he would try to do some flashy stuff and try to steal the round at the end of the rounds. I did notice that. And again, once Crawford start getting aggressive, start getting more competitive, round 10 was a horrible round called by the people. Crawford comes out the gut, he's landing some hard shots, and he owns easily the first 2 minutes of the round. Then Madrimov starts to close some distance, but they're over here again overhyping what he did. Round 11 was a very dominant round for Crawford, and round 12, same thing, came out from the gate. And then he played it safe at the end, but he did secure that round as well. I don't know what Chris Mannix and them were trying to do, but I see this a lot in boxing today. People are always trying to sell a narrative for whatever reason. The punch stats were off as well. Crawford was landing so many clean jabs. Madrimov's eye is, evidence of that. So I don't know what these people are talking about. And when Crawford landed like that big left uppercut, it was probably in was it round 10, I believe, or 11? One of those rounds where what's-his-name did get kind of hurt. I started noticing that he started being more timid, more hesitant. You're the bigger man. Use your size. You know what I'm saying? Jeff Horn's the only dude so far who's had enough balls to come at Crawford in an aggressive manner where he doesn't care and he's trying to utilize his size. Madrimov was the bigger guy, You know what I'm saying? These guys talk a big game, Crawford is small, whatever else, but these dudes never fight Crawford like they're the bigger man. It's just that simple. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye.